You have IDs, for example. You have pensions. You have food, supply chain, cyber security in itself. Funny that you say something about people not being able to trust the blockchain itself, when within blockchain is cyber security in itself. So,
okay, I get you. But how cost effective would it be deploying this solution in a country like Nigeria?
How cost effective is it to be deployed everywhere else around the world? I mean, we spend a lot of money going through a lot of paperwork. Say, for example, you were someone that planted a seed, you're a farmer in the village, and you have these farmers that have to do a lot of shipping things from one place to the other, paying agents from one place to the other to the marketplace, or if they have to export and import and so on and so forth. Blockchain just makes it a lot cheaper, easier, and faster. Also, you have to understand that it's also underpinned by peer-to-peer technology, which means that you can trade between two people without middlemen involved. So definitely that has to be more cost effective than having a lot of middlemen along the way. So yes, it's way cheaper, and yes, we have so much to do in Africa that if we were to introduce a peer-to-peer form of payment or form of transaction, it would be a lot cheaper.
From experience, are there African countries deploying blockchain at the moment?
You had BitPesa in Kenya, and then you had Sierra Leone that tried to apply the blockchain technology in the voting elections. Now, one thing you also need to understand is that the world as a whole is grappling with blockchain technology and how to apply it, not just the currency form, but the applications, the use cases in itself is what people want to understand how to. And why should we wait for other African countries to apply it first? Why don't we be the first people that actually start it? I mean, we are, I would claim, the biggest economy in Africa. We have a huge population. We have a young demographic. So why wait for other African countries? Why shouldn't we do it first?
It will be interesting to know how soon blockchain will become mainstream.
Taking it mainstream. 22 countries in Europe signed a pact 2 weeks ago with regards to coming together and understanding the strategies behind blockchain technology and how to apply it. So yes, it is mainstream. If 22 countries can come together and say, we're going to sign something and find out how we're going to deal with this and how we apply it in use cases, then it's mainstream and we need to get on board.
What industries do you think will be affected by the blockchain technology?
Probably the banking sector, which is one of the most traditional industries, smart contracts, the law sector and contracts. You know, we do agreements all the time. You know, we make agreements business to business, person to person. So you have smart contracts within the blockchain. You also have health records, verifying health records, IDs, passports. There are so many.
Finally, how can we get more young Nigerians to become blockchain developers?
We would like the state government and the federal government to get involved. Blockchain developers, I can say to you, are very scarce right now. So it would be nice to have an ecosystem of blockchain developers so that those that already know can teach the younger ones, and even those that have learned before. The blockchain application system is a little different. It's not that difficult, but it's a little different. So I would like the government to get involved, both the federal and the state government. We have youth unemployment, and I think it's a great time for us to train our youths in this field.
Thank you, Steph, for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
As you have heard from my guests, blockchain is more or less the internet of the future, and it has the capacity to rapidly advance the Nigerian economy if we allow it. I believe that policymakers should accept the realities of our time and work with experts to find ways of making this transformative technology a tool for national development. We've come to the end of today's show. Do follow us on social media, and don't forget, you can watch these and previous editions of the show on the channel's TV YouTube account or via my blog cfatech.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.